A new monument dedicated to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King has become a source of mockery and criticism online after images showing some of the art's rather unflattering angles emerged. Named the Embrace, the Boston statue is intended to represent the intertwined arms of the late Reverend and his wife. A cousin to the late Coretta Scott King told CNN the statue, quote, looks like a penis, excuse me, and is insulting to the black community.
It's so bad. It's horrifyingly bad. Okay, so there is the correct angle. And if you look at it from the correct angle, I still don't like it. I think it's not great art, but it looks not totally offensive. That angle is bad. Every other angle, it's kind of stunning how many inappropriate things it looks like a sex act being committed in some way.
Somehow, from every angle. Look, I gotta say, there's almost a new level of artistry that has emerged. I have a newfound respect. The longer we talk about this, the longer the statue discourse goes on. I'm increasingly respecting the artist's ability to toe the line between abstraction and realism such that it can be all things to all people as long as they are sexual in nature.
Like what, I don't know if you watched Glass Onion, what he says about the Mona Lisa, how her smile looks different every time you behold her. In that vein, every time you look at this piece of art, it is a new, profane, pornographic image jumping out into your eyeballs.
I mean, look, another part of the criticism was that this was supposed to be, a kind of commemoration of Coretta Scott King's role in the movement, which is often for relatable reasons, but like downplayed with respect to her husband, and the fact that they chose to kind of do a disembodied part of her arm to commemorate her when she doesn't get any kind of other statuary, generally speaking, was disrespectful. I mean, I think all of those are fine
arguments. Couldn't it just be a sculpture mimicking the image is beautiful. It's a nice image of them hugging. Add their freaking heads on the statue. Because where the arms end doesn't make any. That's what's giving you the uncanny valley. They don't.
Where the arms join each other, the absence of a head means you imagine other body parts that join at places on the human body.
Yes.
And that's the fundamental.
That are held and pushed like this.
I mean, what was so kind of amazing about the story too is like, even though I wasn't watching it live, there's this moment when the sheet is taken away where you kind of can feel a collective, oh.
Right, is it just me that I'm seeing this? And then you realize every single person is thinking the same thing.
Single person. Now, look, I saw a poll where someone was asking, should we just melt the thing down or just go with it? I think now it's its own thing. Like I said, like now I've come full circle, and now I'm appreciating this as a different kind of artistic value. It's not commemorative. It does nothing to respect the memory. We should say that it was, I think, a $10 million statue. It's $10 million of city funds
paid for by the taxpayers. I hope the taxpayers really feel like they got their money's worth for this pornographic art that's supposed to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King.
Well, what are you going to do, Robby? Cancel the statue? Are we so censorious that we can't have an abstract whatever that is in Boston
You're right
Commons?
that it's a meta thing now.
Yeah.
It belongs in like a modern art, like a museum of bad modern art that's so bad it's good. Like that, it's that kind of thing. It's so bad it's good. It's like The Room or something. Yeah,
I mean, we should probably also talk. I mean, this artist, he is an artist. I think we should have a couple of images of his other work. He has done some sculptural work. He's also done some, he's a black artist who explores certain racial themes. There's an image that I saw, there of kind of the juxtaposition of an NFL player and someone working on a slave plantation. There's that bronze sculptural work that you can see has hints of the thing that got, the thing that got built in the Embrace.
It kind of looks like the thing, that horror movie where like an alien or something, then the people, it's the body horror where they start like turning into the blob or whatever it is. What is that movie called?
Is it The Thing?
That's what
he looks a little like the Stranger Things creatures, to be honest.
It looks so many bad things.
Like aliens. It looks like a lot of bad things. I will say, let me say this. I think there's something.
The Thing, the Antarctic. In Antarctica, the shapeshifter, the John Carpenter. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I like that it tries something. There was the MLK statue here in DC. The MLK statue here in DC. People criticized it when it was built over by the reflecting pond, what do you
Yeah.
call it, tidal basin, because people criticize it as being too austere. I remember visiting that when it opened years ago. I was, in town to visit a friend who was here in law school, and we stood by it and we assessed the criticism. It is kind of austere. I believe it's a Chinese American artist, and people were upset about that. People joked that the statue kind of looks like a cross between MLK and Chairman Mao. I mean, it's the style of the thing that's kind of brutalist and like in a way that takes away a little bit from his facial features, but. It's clearly MLK.
Just do a normal,
it's
nice
noble.
statue.
He's peering out over the water. It's a good photo op. In retrospect, it's looking pretty good.
Well, compared to this, yeah.
But I will say, isn't there something to be said for departing from just another statue of a guy or a woman in a commons?
No, don't just stick with the classic. Especially if you're supposed to honor. I mean, it feels inappropriate to his time period.
If it wasn't sexual, but it was still inscrutable, would you still have an issue with the statue? Would you still prefer?
I don't care that. My issue is taxpayers having to pay for publicly commissioned art. I don't really care that much. I think it's ugly. I think it's very ugly. I do. And
Yeah.
I don't feel that way about all, our monuments and memorials here in DC. Many of them are quite nice, whatever you think of the people they represent. The Jefferson Memorial's very nice. The Lincoln Memorial's very nice.
I like to jog over there.
They're great. They're pretty, and they're respectful, and they're nice to look at, and they're timeless.
But let's
They've
talk
held
about
up.
this.
Well, that hasn't held up a single day.
But what about the non-neoclassical memorials? Because people objected to the Vietnam Memorial. They thought it was too modern. It's disrespectful, the idea that it slants into the ground like that. People have had critique of everything that is not
that was
basically
an
a
abstract
neoclassical.
thing to try to represent, and I think it's fine. But this was just supposed to be a picture of a person.
People at the time, many people didn't like it. And all I'm saying is this could honestly draw millions in tourist revenue to Boston, because I gotta say, next time I'm back in Boston visiting friends, going to a reunion, I'm going to the statue. And if you're a hot dog vendor or an ice cream vendor, you should post up right there, because I'm coming with a lot of other people. Poor choice of words. Boy, oh boy. I mean, endless delight, endless entertainment. 10 out of 10 for me. I'm fully committed to liking this project now.
It's a kaleidoscope of horror, but you're right. It's more fun than just being another statue of a person.
Yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. I'm dying to know. And
look at it from all angles. See what you think.
There's a top view that we didn't show, which is also a treat.
Oh, I haven't seen the top view. We have to stop. Tomorrow on Rising, we'll be back with some actual serious news, I think, Briahna?
Yeah.
Very serious.
Absolutely. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss any of this choice content. And for those of you who like to listen while on the go, we are now available anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Bye-bye, everybody.
All right,
Stay
bye-bye.
safe out there. Wild world.